First class, that's me. White gloves, 5 courses, tea at noon. Our rooms have electric heaters and telephones. Some even have private promenades. We dine beneath crystal chandeliers, pretending to care what the soup of the day is. Second class, they're the in-betweens. Not quite poor, not quite powerful. Their rooms are modest, but clean. They get books, music, and dreams. And third class, they're below us. Literally. Steerage, immigrants, families crammed into windowless corridors and iron bunks. No linens, no privacy, no real chance to rise above where they sleep.
They said America was a fresh start, new land, honest work, freedom. I sold everything for 2 third-class tickets. One for me, one for Liam. But third class wasn't a seat. It was a warning. Know your place. We were locked behind gates, fed like livestock, and when we passed the crew, they looked through us like we weren't even there. First class treated us like cargo, like noise packed below the deck. I hated them for it. Their velvet, their silver, their laughter above our heads. I didn't think they had hearts. I didn't think they saw us at all. Until I met Eleanor.
At first, it was subtle. A jolt, a hesitation beneath my feet. Then the lights flickered, the music stopped. And suddenly, everything felt wrong. A muffled bang echoed from below, metal against ice maybe. Then footsteps. Then shouting. Then a knock. No, not a knock, pounding. I opened the door, and there she was, a woman I'd never seen before, clutching a child like she was holding the world together. Third class, no doubt. Barefoot, pale, eyes wide, with a kind of fear I hadn't yet let myself feel. She didn't speak. She didn't need to.
I didn't know where else to go. The stairwells were blocked. The crew shouted in accents I couldn't understand. I grabbed Liam and ran. Somehow, I don't even know how, I ended up on a floor with carpet thicker than my mattress. And then she opened the door. Please, the water's coming in below. They've locked the gates. The hallway's filling. We're not supposed to be up here. She didn't yell. She didn't turn me away. She just stared, not with fear, with understanding. I bent down, grabbed Liam tighter, and told him to hold on. Then she let us in.
It was spreading, the fear. You could feel it in the air, thick and electric. Voices were rising, footsteps pounding above. And I'd made a choice before I even knew what it meant. They stood like ghosts in the corner. I reached for my coat, my gloves, my purse, everything essential, everything small enough to carry. Then, she spoke. They've locked the gates behind us. No one's getting up from third class. I stopped moving. I knew the ship didn't have enough lifeboats. We all did, but we believed in illusions, money, manners, the safety of rank. But the lifeboats were filling, and they weren't opening the gates. They're only letting first class up. You won't make it looking like that. If they saw her as steerage, they'd turn her away. If they heard her accent, saw the wrong shoes, it would be over. I wasn't going to let that happen. You're not third class tonight. You're with me.
I'd never worn clothes like that. The coat itched. The boots were too big. But no one looked twice at me now. And that terrified me more than being seen. We stepped into the hallway. Everything moved too fast. Servants shouted. Men shoved past us. Glass shattered somewhere behind. I held Liam close, wrapped in a coat that wasn't ours, following a woman I barely knew, and trusting her with both our lives. I didn't speak. Eleanor did all the talking. She told them I was her maid, Liam was family. She said it like she believed it, so they did too, for now. We were almost there, almost free. Then, Miss Vale? You didn't board with a maid. I froze. Liam stirred. I hired her in Cherbourg. That child doesn't look like family. I waited for it all to fall apart. for them to pull me back, for the gates to close again. Is there a problem, sir? Or would you like to explain to the captain why you delayed a first-class passenger? She didn't flinch, she didn't look back, and in that moment, I didn't care where she came from, because that woman, she was my lifeboat.
We were 3 people in borrowed clothing, standing in the place only one of us was ever meant to be. The deck slanted, the cold had teeth, but words still held weight. Eleanor Vale. This is my maid, Bridget. The child is family. I've never lied so easily, or so desperately. We stepped into the lifeboat. Ropes creaked, wood groaned. The Titanic loomed above, lights flickering, fading. They told me I was sailing towards security, a second chance, wrapped in diamonds and dowry. But in the end, it wasn't a husband who saved me. It wasn't a name or a fortune. It was a frightened woman with bare feet, and a boy who never once let go of her hand. The ship went down that night. So did everything I thought I knew about class and courage. We left the world behind on that lifeboat, and I've never been the same since.